Thank all of you for coming. I recognize that at the moment I'm the last thing standing between you and dinner, so I appreciate the gravity of the situation. I wanted to talk a little bit about the security situation in the Middle East because I think that it is a particularly dangerous time, dangerous for Israel, dangerous for the United States, dangerous for the West as a whole. Now, Israel has had security threats from its very inception. It's had to fight to defend itself, it's had to exercise its legitimate right to self-defense repeatedly. The armies of neighboring states have invaded it, have threatened it. Great powers in the world have tried to undermine it. Terrorists have attacked it. But today I think the gravest threat that Israel has faced in its history is growing. And I'm afraid to say that we're down to some very, very difficult choices when it comes to Iran and its nuclear weapons program. Iran, as you know, has been the world's central banker for international terrorism for a long time. It's an equal opportunity funder of terrorism. It doesn't matter whether it's Sunni or Shia. They fund Hamas and Hezbollah. They funded terrorists who have killed Americans in Afghanistan and Iraq. And they'd be happy to fund pretty much anybody that they saw as an enemy of the state of Iran. And that threat has been extraordinary around the world. But their pursuit of nuclear weapons puts the terrorist threat into real perspective. They've been at it for 20 years, and they are very close to success. Now, many people say, you know, we've heard this business about problems with weapons of mass destruction before in the Middle East. You said Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Why should we believe you when you say that Iran is seeking nuclear weapons? I'm not going to re-debate Iraq here today. Suffice it to say that Saddam Hussein's regime was a threat to peace and security. The world is better with that regime gone. Whatever his capacity in weapons of mass destruction, once he got free of UN weapons inspectors and sanctions, there was no doubt he was going to return to that. But I don't want to re-argue that point here. I'd be happy to re-argue it at another point to explain what a threat he was. The case of Iran makes Saddam Hussein look like a Boy Scout party. There's simply no question that Iran's program from its inception has been a weapons program. They have done things that are in the public domain for years that are utterly inconsistent with the notion that they were trying to supply civil nuclear power to the people of Iran. When I was in the administration of President Bush doing the arms control job before I went to the UN, I once asked our Department of Energy what truth there was to the claim that Iran was making that it was seeking nuclear power to build reactors like the one now in operation at Bushehr, that they needed nuclear power because their reserves of oil and natural gas were running out. So the Department of Energy took a look at it and came back and said, well, you know, the Iranians are right. Their oil and natural gas is running out. At their present rate of domestic consumption,